Hey guys, welcome to a new video. At the time I'm filming this, it is late December 2020 and I am about to start doing the minimalism game. If you're not familiar with the minimalism game, it's basically this challenge type thing where you declutter the number of items that is the day, every day. That sounds so nonsensical. So on the first, you declutter one item. On the second, you declutter two items. 3 on the third, 4 on the fourth, etc., until you then declutter 29 items, 30 items towards the end of the month. It is a good way to start minimizing and decluttering for people who enjoy this kind of, challenge aspect of things, or maybe struggle to get rid of stuff. I personally think it would just be really fun. I am one of those people who thinks they have decluttered pretty much all they can, but I just know that is not true. Since I decided I was going to do this challenge, I have come across so many things that I just don't even know why we have them. And I'm sure there is plenty for me to declutter in this house still. So that is what I'm going to do throughout all of January. I am going to declutter every single day the amount of items that need to be decluttered on that day. However, there is one thing that I'm going to do a little bit differently, and I know many people do this. I personally just think it makes more sense. I'm going to do it in reverse. So on the 1st of January, I'm going to declutter 30 items. Then on the 2nd, I'm going to declutter 29 items, etc., etc. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. And the reason why I'm going to do it that way is that I personally always have so much motivation and energy going into challenges like this. And then after a whole month, because I mean, that's a long time. Don't underestimate how long a month is of doing something every day. Towards the end of the month, I'm usually done with it. Out of motivation and probably out of stuff I want to declutter. I think this will be much more pleasant of a challenge to do if I do it in reverse. Full of enthusiasm on the first day, declutter 30 items, and then slowly work my way down. One more thing I do just want to clarify before I get started. Things that I declutter, most of them, anything that is still useful, usable, can still serve a purpose for someone, will be either given away, donated, sold, or otherwise properly disposed of. Everything else will be either recycled or will go into the trash. And our method of trash disposal here in the Netherlands is incineration. So nothing is going into landfill, and the number of items that are going to be incinerated will be kept to a minimum. Anything that can still be used will be disposed of differently. If you would like to follow along or do this challenge yourself, please dispose of your items responsibly. Try to give them a second life whenever possible, and if not, then try to recycle if possible. So with all of that said, I am ready to get started. Let's go. It's day one, and these are the first 30 things I am getting rid of. We took down the Christmas decorations today. Getting rid of these photo props, these ribbons, and this little piece of decorative ribbon, this one rogue napkin, this printed paper, this thingy that was probably stuck onto something at one point, this piece of string, this gold piece of string, another ribbon, penguin soap, this heart decoration thing, these lights that no longer work, this incomplete deck of cards, I'm counting that as one item, and then I went into the bathroom to find the rest of the things. So 2 empty cases of contacts, no idea why I had those. A tiny little makeup face brush. Foundation sample that I don't think is going to match my skin. Old makeup sponge, I no longer use those things. Box for an eyelash serum that has its own packaging, doesn't need an extra box. Essential oil, perfumed stuff. An expired after sun lotion. Expired eye makeup remover. An empty container of hand soap. This very old and ratty loofah, this set of shampoo and conditioner that didn't work for me. Love everything else that I have from this brand, but these didn't do it. And 2 expired mouthwashes. That totals 30 items on day 1. We're off to a great start because I forgot to do it on day 2. So that just means that today I have to get rid of 57 items. And I have them all here. We have a poster, 3 old magazines, this plastic chest, a napkin holder, 3 greeting cards, 2 books, baking books that I don't use because I don't bake and I have better ones, 2 salad spoons things, 10 coasters, this one bag of tea, I am counting that as one item, an ice cube maker, 3 dull scissors, 5 of these knives, 3 more knives, 3 bottles of expired vitamins, and 1 box. This tiny minion. 10 velvet jewelry bags, keeping 1, getting rid of the rest. This old Wii controller thingy that has gone all sticky and nasty over here. 2 more jewelry boxes. An old cell phone. I like to keep my old cell phones, but this one did not survive the storage, as you can tell. This old teeth whitening lamp and this thing. That is a total of 57 items and more if you were to count all the tea bags, but I'm not going to do that because that, I think, would be cheating. I noticed it is very hard for me to do this consistently on a daily basis, especially when I'm also working and juggling 2 sewing projects. Anyways, I'm doing 2 days in 1 again, and today I'm getting rid of 53 items, so that is 27 and 26 combined. So I am going to let go of a bunch of costume jewelry. This old bottle of perfume that I don't think I've ever worn, maybe twice. Empty lighter, some Wii remote control covers, Wii remote straps that are really dirty, and we have nicer ones. 8 of these bags that I thought I might use for something else, but I mean, come on, I'm not, so I'm getting rid of those. Setting lotion that I used to use before I found the stuff that I use now, and the second ingredient on here is alcohol. This stuff is horrible. Getting rid of that. A couple of nail polishes, because I don't really ever wear nail polish anymore. I'm getting rid of 3 pairs of glasses. I'm gonna try and see if I can donate those anywhere, because they're a pretty generic strength. I'm getting rid of these eyebrow stencils, eyeliner pencils, an old face paint set, this broken eyeshadow that I have kept in this bag for way too long and it's just time to let it go, an old compact mirror that is broken, and this is gonna make up the rest. It's a bunch of papers from super old sponsorships. I mean, this was one of my first ones, I think, that I found hidden away somewhere. Yeah, this is a little bit more than 53 items, but some of these could have been, you know, a group. So this is gonna be it for today. Alright guys, I am not sure if I failed or won the game, but it has been a couple of days now that I've really struggled to find things, and I knew I would really have to dig deep into the most unused corners of the home to find anything, and I kind of put it off. So today I am supposed to get rid of about 90 items according to the count, because I skipped over 26, 25, 24 and 23, I think. It took the whole day today to go through the entire house and look for 90 items, but there aren't any. I pulled out everything else, everything else in the house that I, you know, am willing to let go and that just no longer needs to be in the house, and it's not enough. And I know that after this there is nothing more. So let me just go through the items first. There is this little makeup bag with 5 hair elastics, 4 travel bottles, plastic paper holder things, an empty box, a henna set that I know I'm not gonna use and it's probably expired, a bunch of packaging that I took the things out of and can now get rid of, old zipper that doesn't have a actual like zipper thingy closure, it's just the end of a zipper, don't know why I had that, scissors that don't really work. I have some stuff. I used to work with this watch brand for a while a few years back, so I have a lot of stuff that came with those. Some more packaging, an old photograph, battery, a watch, some these pillows, watch strap. I think it's finally time to say goodbye to my trusty old radio, because I haven't used this in years and I don't really see radios much in the future, so I think it's time to say goodbye to that. This tuner I need to return to the owner. Bicycle seat cover, that's a box again, I took the tea that was inside out of that. A light bulb box, that's a broken shopping bag, some tea flavors that I don't really like that much, a broken picture frame, a coloring page, these coffee syrups that are unused and very expired, 3 cleaning racks that are just threadbare and ready to go. And that is everything, but that is, you know, it's a lot, but it's not 90 items or more maybe. I just counted, and if I counted correctly, these are 69 items. I realized there was one drawer I had forgotten about, so out of that I got rid of 35 pieces of paperwork. This little... No, I'm keeping this. That should not be there. This gift thing that we've used, an old insurance card, this, and this broken type cover. 39 more items. Oh, and I forgot, I also got rid of 2 pots of Play-Doh that someone already picked up. So that is 41 extra items. Conclusion time. All in all, I think mostly what went wrong is that I just did this challenge or game at the wrong time in my life. I think this is a wonderful way to get started with minimizing, but I am very much near the end of my decluttering journey. I have been decluttering frequently over the past couple of years, pretty intensely, becoming more and more ruthless, and I am pretty much at a point right now where I feel like, you know, we don't have a lot of clutter in our house anymore. I do enjoy having things. I like having useful things. I like having things that bring me joy. I also like having a clutter-free home, but I think there is this certain point of balance between those, and I think we have found that in this house. So there isn't really that much left for me to declutter and not that many areas for me to go through. I declutter very regularly. I'd say twice a year I do like this big round throughout the entire house, and this was supposed to be, you know, the big round for January, but I came up short. I couldn't find enough items to declutter in the end. That said, I did actually get rid of 250 items, and even though most of them were things that I'm just baffled by how they were even in my home, and not many of them were like big things, I still feel like that is a very good amount of items, especially considering, you know, the size of our home, which is absolutely tiny, a small 1-bedroom apartment. I actually kind of like that I came to this point where I couldn't continue anymore, because that just means that there really isn't anything in this house anymore that shouldn't be there, and that is a very nice feeling. I noticed especially the first couple of days as I was doing this, it felt so good, like a burden has been lifted, because there were a couple of areas around the house that I knew they contained stuff that I, you know, needed to sort through at some point, but I was putting it off because I knew it would be a lot of work. And that is also kind of why I can't help but wonder how anyone does this. Like, how do people actually, because that is something I did fail at, how do people actually do this every single day? Because decluttering, especially decluttering like 30 or 29, 27 items, that takes a lot of time out of your day, and not just time but mental energy as well. I can imagine if you just, you know, reach into a random drawer and can pull out 50 things out of there, and that's, you know, a pretty great way to go through this challenge. But if, like me, you have to actually go into the backs of cabinets, pull everything out, look through, pretty much everything at this point is sentimental items, and or paperwork that you need to think about, you know, can I get rid of this, can I not get rid of this? I found it very intense to do on a daily basis, and I just most days could not actually find time for it. It was easy to do on the weekends. Sometimes I would take an evening out, but when I had something to do in the evenings as well, I just couldn't find the time all day to declutter, you know, 20 something items. For that reason also, I think I personally might have been more successful in hindsight if I had done it the right way around. So if I had started with 1 item, then 2, 3 items, I definitely would have made it further in the month. That doesn't really matter that much in the end. It's all about, you know, decluttering and getting rid of unnecessary things in your home, and I was definitely very successful at that, and I'm very happy with how that turned out. I'm very happy with the way our home feels right now. It does feel much lighter, even though all these things are just small, but our home is still 250 items lighter. I did actually learn things about myself throughout this challenge. First of all, I cannot commit to anything that requires a daily time sacrifice from me that doesn't already kind of fit into my routine. That just doesn't work. Second thing I learned is I don't actually maybe need to keep minimizing as much as I thought I did. I always have this kind of notion in the back of my mind that I need to declutter. I just need to accept at this point that the decluttering is done. I can let that go, and that is a very nice and kind of peaceful feeling. Yeah, I would love to hear if any of you guys have ever played the minimalism game, and if yes, then how did you fare? Please let me know in the comments. Did you find it hard? Did you struggle finding enough items every day? Do you feel like you could keep going at the end of it? Did you have to stop midway through because there just weren't any items left? Yeah, I'd love to know. But I think I'm gonna end the video here. My game is finished. Whether I have failed or won, I don't know, but it's done in any case. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty, lifestyle and sewing content. If you'd like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there are links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!